Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Tales of Zestiria the X, episode 8. So, I apologize guys and girls, should have had this up yesterday night. I really should have. I unfortunately kind of just slipped my mind. I was in a bad sense when I watched this last night. I was kind of, I don't want to say bored to watch this, but I wasn't enthralled to watch it because I had heard so many good things about it. But more so, I was busy doing something else, and I was like, you know what? I really don't. Me personally, if I watch a show and I don't get invested into the episode, I will rewatch it because the thing is that that is not fair to the episode. I can't review an episode or anything of a series if I was not fully paying attention. So I rewatched it this morning. Honestly, this was probably one of the strongest episodes of Tales of Zestiria so far, and let's just talk about why that is. So we're gonna talk really fast about Mikleo. He finally finds the ruins where he's supposed to be going at. This is probably not, it's not gonna be the main thing of the show though. Mikleo is gonna be a side thing for this episode. He's only gonna show up another one time in this episode at all. So the main crux of the episode is supposedly focusing on Saray, Lila, and them climbing the mountain that they're climbing right now. Excuse me. Now, as they're climbing the mountain, Saray feels the malevolence getting stronger and stronger around him, and as he sees quickly, he sees what looks like some kind of attack ahead of him, and he sees also this weird object that starts rolling at him real fast. He's able to grab it, and comes in Edna. There we go. That's her main entrance of the show, which was kind of funny. I like the way they did this. Edna is probably everyone's favorite girl from Tales of Zestiria, or at least one of the two that everyone loves. I understand why. I mean, she's a kude in many ways. She's very cool. She's very calculated. She has some of the most sarcastic humor in the whole game in general, and it looks like she's keeping that mantra up in the series alone too. So I'm happy to see her too. I mean, I really did love her as a character. I don't think I loved her for the same reasons other people do, but I do love her as a character. I think she's really awesome. Now, Saray goes into battle against the Hellion and immediately is doing pretty well for the most part, but he does look like he's struggling a little bit. He's still getting, I think, acquitted with his powers and acquainted with them. So, luckily, though, we have another character that gets met in this episode, Zafid. Now, Zafid is going to be probably one of the characters that you're not going to know very much about. Unless they do something different than the game, he's going to be the more mysterious character. He's going to show up for now and then probably ditch his way in a later episode, I think. Like I said, I do not know for 100% because, I mean, obviously the anime has been going different routes than the game, but he is a very central point of the game in general, so I'm very curious how they're going to do his character here. Now, we do see why Zafid is here in the first place, and that is because this is a dragon. Now, I want to point out the dragon that's here real fast is the best looking dragon of the show so far. One of my big issues with the whole show so far has been the weird dragons that have appeared in several episodes over the course of the show. All of them have looked really crappy CGI wise, and I don't like. I know someone recently just said, why do you talk about CGI? Why do you bitch about it and moan about it so much? It's not meant to do that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to point out when CGI is weaker. I really have no issue with CGI. I'm one of those people that I like CGI for the most part when it's done right. I will point it out though if I notice it's really bad, and I know a lot of people were agreeing with me of the several images that we had of dragons and kind of big creatures that were CGI in the course of the several episodes before this that were very ugly looking, to be honest. But, it looked really stunning in this one. I mean, honestly, that looks like a good dragon right there. And we learned that dragon's no particular dragon. That's actually Edna's brother. And I'm very surprised they announced it this early on. I mean, they announced something partial to that in the very beginning of Edna's story in Tales, but it didn't happen right away. It happened a little bit further in. So I'm kind of glad they got rid of that right away. This is Edna's brother. They're not going to explain too much about what happened to him yet, I don't think. I think that's going to be left up to Tales of Berseria. Maybe they'll have some flashbacks to that. And, because I know, from what I know, he's supposed to be in the main party for that game. And as we know, they're already showing several episodes of Tales of Berseria in the show. Probably have some more later on, in maybe part 2, maybe explain how he became a dragon in the first place. I mean, I know from the games how he became one, but I'm sure they're going to have to explain it to everyone else to, kind of make it why. Just the big bottom line is why this guy become one, right? Now, Mikleo shows up one last time, and him finding a giant bow, and essentially that is his relic. That is what will make him more powerful. He uses it instantaneously and is able to wield it very effectively, killing off several Hellions that attack him, which is very interesting because, as we know, Hellions can only be purified by certain people, and with this bow, apparently, it does give him the power to kind of pacify them and get rid of them. So that's pretty cool. So he's probably going to show up with the party eventually now, so seeing that his quest is done. Now, Saray goes into his form and is able to, links up with Lila into the Seraphim form together, and is able to fight the dragon. But the thing is that, as we know, at least from the game fans, that they know this, he's not going to win this fight. Like, the dragon is supposedly, the one boss that's going to be toward the end of the game. I mean, I fought him at one point, and it was near the very last few hours of the game. I'll say that right now. So it was not something you could do. I knew this right away. They weren't going to have this where he just awoken his powers finally, and he's now going to beat the dragon. I would have been pissed off if that would have happened. Luckily, they did not do that. The dragon does leave, and it leaves Edna kind of upset. But she does say that she wants to help Saray because Saray wanted to help her. And the thing is that's what's built their friendship right off the bat. It's very similar to the game where, because Saray says he's gonna figure out a way to get the dragon back to his, to her brother's form. Edna kind of respected that and liked that about Saray, to the point that she joins up with Saray doing a subcontract, which is a pact that the Seraphim can do to kind of strengthen the shepherd. So this has been done apparently with other shepherds. It's going to be done now with Saray. We're going to see other characters do that in the course of the show, which is really cool. And I like the ending sequence, which is like looking forward to working with Saray. She says that even her snarky kind of melodramatic tone, I loved it. Overall, very good episode. I have no issues with it per se. I'm just happy that they're doing some really cool stuff with how they're fusing the game and the story together to make a quicker experience, which is something I talked about in I think the third episode. I might have had an issue with how they were going to do it. I'm happy to see that they're really going to do a very good job, I think, with the story. I'm very curious where it's going to go from here. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. Again, I'm so sorry for having this out so late. I figured because Danganronpa was delayed, I might as well have this up now to kind of supplement that in many ways, because Danganronpa 3 episode 8 will be up tomorrow from what I hear. So, I don't know when I'll be reviewing that tomorrow, because tomorrow is my school day, so I have to be in school from 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock almost at night. So I won't be able to review it right away, but I will try to get it out probably, if not Tuesday, Wednesday morning at least. Anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you later. Have a great, great day. Bye-bye.